that going. Alright, so let's dig right in here. Push fly with my air to S. Oh, we got a new version for the Mini 2 update. I'm not gonna do that right now. Just gonna put my push not now. Alright, take off permitted. So what you do is the three little dots in the corner, go to about, and just check your aircraft firmware. Make sure it's all up to date. Just push on check for updates, and it'll tell you firmware is up to date. Fly safe update. Firmware is all up to date. And then just make sure you look for the name and your model to make sure it shows up what you're flying, which drone you're flying. Then go to transmissions. I like to keep mine on HD. Guys, make sure you either do dual band, 2.4 gigahertz, 5.8 gigahertz, either auto or manual mode in either one of those. Go to the camera, check your camera settings out. Pretty much self-explanatory. You want to do the anti-flicker. I always leave mine on auto. Peak and level I leave off. Overexposure, depending on where I'm at, I'll turn it on or off. For the grid lines, I like to use the straight X right across it. White balance I always leave on. And then here on the smart controller to show you, you got an SD card inside there or the internal one. So normally I usually keep both, one in here and in the drone. And do your video catch while recording. And you can change your max video capacity also. Now go into controls. You got your units. I like mine to be in Imperial. Subject scanning I never bother with. You got the gimbal mode, your gain, expo tuning. I usually switch, don't matter. If I want my gimbal to move, I'll put it in the FPV mode, or I'll do the follow mode. And I always allow my gimbal to go all the way up. And I do my gimbal calibrations every time before flight. So just remember that, guys. Check your stick mode. And then go into the safety. I always use the brake on obstacle avoidance. Make sure you got that on. Always make sure you got your radar map on. Return to home altitude. Make sure that's always set. Update home point. You do that while you outside, ready to fly. Check your max altitude. I always put my max distance all the way, no limit. And guys, compass calibration, I always do before flight. You just click in there and follow what they're showing you on there. Simple, self-explanatory. The IMU, I always calibrate that before I fly. That's pretty self-explanatory too. I always check my battery info to make sure my batteries are good. And I always click on my Find My Drone just to make sure that it pops up on the screen, the actual map. Click out of there. And then the advanced safety features. I keep mine return to home. Always return to home. And I have the emergency propeller. You just push down on both of my sticks and it'll go down. And air sense, always keep on, guys. A lot of people forget about that. That'll let you know if there's any aircrafts anywhere by while you're flying, just so you'll be safe. All right, that's part one. Part two is checking your drone, checking the propellers, making sure there's no nicks on them, or broken, or any case. Make sure you got a little spin, they spin freely. Make sure you check your battery life on top. That's if you have an air-to-S, by the way. And just inspect. Make sure the lights is going, blinking. They're all green, so she's ready to fly. And just check, make sure there's nothing covering your sensors. Gimbal moving nice and freely, ready to take some pictures and do some recording. And yeah, just make sure all your sensors, if you have the air-to-S, no matter what drone you have, just make sure your sensors are cleaned up. And just, you want to make sure you inspect your toys before you fly, because once you put the bird out there, up in the air, and you let her go, have her going with the controls, ain't no telling what's going to happen. It could cause you, 5 minutes checking all your updates, fly data updates, inspecting your drone before takeoff is really important. So I hope this was useful to somebody. Like and subscribe. It's Shaman, aka Flight Boys. I'm signing out. Peace.